Carlton Draft Derby number 46. Won't be the most memorable derby of all time, but I don't think Eagles fans could care less. They get the bragging rights, 5 straight derbies against the crosstown rivals, and they wrap up the crucial 4 points. Happy days, Ben Roberts. Thanks for joining me on Eagle Review once again.
Can't miss it, mate.
Hey, excellent news. Got off to a great start, and Ross Lyon came out and said we can't give him the start again.
Yep.
And he's good he prepared because 4 goals to none, bang.
Yeah, loved it. And the start probably won us the game, really, to get us in the winning position. And you'll like this, 38 forced turnovers to 3 in the first quarter. 38 to 3.
Great pressure.
Good pressure. Unfortunately, from there, quarters 2, 3, 4, it was 69 to 40 to the Dockers. In that time, though, the last 3 quarters, Freo kicked 5-11, we kicked 5-3. So it was that 2 goals, 1 to zip from turnovers in the first quarter that was part of the difference. Simo said post-game we relied far too heavily on our defenders, and there was a lot of ball down there, a lot of inside 50s, but we generated 4 goals, 3 to 1 goal, 6 from defensive half intercepts. So Duggan, Hearn, Shepherd, those boys, all doing a terrific job. Clearances were 40 to 28. So out of the middle, they gave the boys a little bit of a touch-up, but the defenders stood strong, and good to get the 4 points, always against Freo.
You mentioned the skipper, Shannon Hearn. Marvellous game, collects his first Ross Glendenning medal ever. He was just outstanding, rebounding the ball from half-back, and a lot of intercept marks from the captain too.
Yep, career high 34 disposals at 91%. It's a high number for a lot of football. 14 marks, 8 rebound 50s, 435 metres gained. Terrific game, and as we said, a lot of the ball down there, so him and Duggan and those boys really worked together well.
Almost had Mark of the Year taken on him. Might have taken some gloss off on the day, but couldn't hang on to it in the end, so unlucky. His fellow defender, Liam Duggan, a new lease on life back there. And it's going to be hard because he's got runner-up in the medal here. He's played his best game for the club as per the coach's press conference. He said that. It's going to be hard to shift him now when he plays like this, even though we've got such depth in that position.
Yeah, and he's sort of what happens when Yo comes back. Yo's been playing a bit across half-back. There's another decision for the match committee, lucky we're not on there. But Duggo, 31 touches. That's a career high for him. 12 contested possessions, 11 marks, 4 rebound 50s, 475 metres gained from Liam. 10 ground ball gets, that's a team high. So doing it in the air, on the ground, using his foot skills, terrific cross half-back since he's gone back there.
Didn't mind seeing him bump old Nat Fife off the ball with ease as well. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, he was looking big at one stage.
Throwing his weight around now.
Correct. Mark Hutchings straight to Walters. Now, what did you think of this move? Did you think,
as predicted,
how do you think it all went?
Huge factor in the win. Huge factor in the win, I think. He's the dangerous man that could have won them the game. He had about 40,000 touches a couple of weeks ago and kicked 6. He's the match winner for sure, the one with X Factor. 14 touches, he had 8 of those in 1 quarter. So Hutchie did a terrific job, one of the best, I think. Hasn't been mentioned much post-game, but I reckon Hutchie's game was terrific.
Elliot Yeo, the late out on the eve of the 100th. Could you believe it? What's the timing like? But Redden come in, did very well.
It was great. Reddo was good. 29 possessions. I think that's probably the highest amount of footy he's had this year. It's not always about possessions, but pressure acts, he was good. 10 forward half pressure acts for the game. That's one of the highest in the team. 11 marks, 4 tackles. He was equal high with score assists as well. So doing it forward, hitting up JK at one stage there. So a good all-round game.
You spoke of the big show, Josh Kennedy. 7-week hiatus in the end, when you include a bye. From that injury, the opening goal, that kind of set him in great stead to get a positive mindset. And the one at 3/4 time on the siren was critical as well.
Absolutely.
It feels like he doesn't miss much, though. He's back into good form, but absolutely one of the best forwards in the comp, and great to have back in the side.
Yeah, great to have him back. Didn't play as much game time as he normally would, only 84% yesterday, usually up in the 90s. Rhett doesn't come off all too much. Why would you? He doesn't run very far. Only kidding, Josh. But look good.
Hats off to Mark Lacroix. He's notched his 400th AFL goal for this club. Sensational effort, and he knew it was his 400th too.
Don't pretend that you don't know.
Lapped it up. Posed for the poster, I thought. You got a favourite goal over the years?
I reckon he's got a couple of good little dribblers over the journey. I reckon the one, was it in the final in 2011 he kicked the corker against Collingwood?
Yep.
I reckon that's probably up there. And just as a batch, some of the 12 he kicked that night at Etihad, a couple of those were pretty ridiculous. Yes. But probably the final one.
Excellent work. Just a few other moments from the game that we just want to touch on. There were some amazing grabs in this contest. Have a look at some of these rippers. So you got Darling nominated for Mark of the Week.
Ripper.
That's probably the best he's ever taken in his career.
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, in terms of a big, high-flying pack mark, 3 people, does that constitute a pack?
Yeah, I'm going to pack.
We'll call it a pack. Pack mark, that's a cracker.
Almost didn't get it though.
No, almost, because if JK had his way, that would have been, you kick one in the first couple of minutes, first game back, you think, oh, I'm on for a 40-goal haul here. and I'm in the clear, dirtied up big. Did you see? If you slow down that vision, very unhappy with Mark. The look back.
I know.
The look back.
Yeah, that was good for the director to cross to it as well. What about Brad Shepard's mark as well? I think this is the best in his career. Big call, I know, but difficulty 9.5. Taken in midair, the body's shifting from Balor's bump, and he's landed on his knees. Do you think he's taken a better mark than that?
That was very good. Easy to spill that one, concerning yourself with your personal safety as opposed to marking the football.
Absolutely.
2014 here at Domain Stadium against the Giants. I reckon he took a cracker. He was nominated for Mark of the Week, but that one's on the podium for sure.
But Gov's upset that he's not mentioned in this group of things, but we said there was a bit of a stipulation with yours though, Gov. It's come off your head, mate.
Good on him for, using his head and getting in the right position. But then the best thing was kicking that goal, important goal.
I'm going to say, the move forward has done him a world of good in terms of his set shot goal kicking. Now, I don't know if he would have slotted that goal had he not spent so much time on routine goal kicking practice over the last 6 weeks. Would you concur that he's better odds to kick it now than before?
Well, that's the thing. He only would have worked on his goal kicking so much more because he moved forward.
Exactly.
And now he's reaping the benefits after being a little wayward at times over the last month.
Yeah.
But that one was a doozy and at a good time too.
And a good involvement getting in Pritters' goal as well. The crucial little tap there, and Matt Pritters just off the one step, silencing a few critics there, I would have thought. Shuey's turn and spin. What are you playing, NFL now? That's unbelievable. And vision like this, seeing him talk to Sam Mitchell. Just think of the work they're doing together. You got Sam Mitchell's mind and Luke Shuey's skill set. The sky's the limit for Luke Shuey. Watch him even closer.
Yeah, he's saying, do you want to play Call of Duty tonight after the game?
Yeah, they are no doubt online, killing a lot of nerds. Let's go to the roast of the round, and as always, paper everywhere. There's plenty to get through. Let's start it.
Lately.
Yeah, I know there have been. We've been a bit harsh. Andrew Gaff eating half the LED signage on the ground. Mundy, just ease up a bit there, mate. That's a bit dangerous. What about the Freo fans trying to collect this ball? So you want to get it back to Kirsten as soon as possible. You've spoiled each other, then you've fisted it 20 yards away. You've made a meal of it. And it's your home crowd.
Steve Bartman style.
Yeah, the Cubbies wouldn't be happy with it.
He'll be come back though. Talking of fans, Eagles fan copping one in the face. It's always, it's one of those ones where you don't want to laugh, but you sort of do.
But we didn't miss it. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that was good. Gaff, I reckon a couple of times I've said this is the worst kick Gaff's done, but this is pretty funny, which that just went to no one. Nyhouse, now flying over Will Schofield. It was almost going to be a little roast for Scoey.
Second game he's had a hanger on. Second gamer.
But then he goes and does this. So it was sort of even roast, so that we do that move on.
Yeah, I like that.
And speaking of Sheed, take it from me, he's a natural left footer.
You sure?
Okay, have a look at this then.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
That's terrible. It's the worst kick he's ever done.
Rightio, what about this weird play? So we've got Lachie Neale just go on the old Harlem Globetrotter, ball around the back. Probably should have given it to Priddis. No 50-metre penalty. Priddis well and truly off his line here. Don't know what they're doing. Gets the 50. Priddis sprays it. Just get more errors in the one passage. I don't know if you can. What about Darcy, the young ruckman? He's gone all Gumby-like in the centre here. I don't understand how he hasn't broken his back. Brad Hill, top of the goal square miss. That's going to be in the roast every day of the week. You won't see him do that again.
Let's switch on. Around the mark, 10-metre exclusion zone. You've got to be better than that, Schofield. If there's anyone you don't want to be knocked over by, it's someone that's 3 foot tall. And then if there's someone who's going to be 3 foot tall, you don't want it to be probably the most hated person from a crosstown rival in the other side. I'm talking of Hayden Ballantyne. So there's a little roast, and to make up for the one that we didn't give him before.
Correct.
And Marston, the big fresh airy. They're always funny.
That's a jug. What about Cripps going for the bounce? Didn't get it back. That's a big mind frag. Got a bit worried there in the end, so just blasted away to no one. I don't think I've ever seen 35,000 fans hate on one player just at the same time. But Michael Johnson came dangerously close, letting this ball go through. Confidence was high. He kicked it.
Gutsy, wasn't it?
Oh, big time. Just take it. Yeah, there. Just
You're
take
a defender too. You had to kick, 5 goals in your career?
I agree. The winner, though, it's easy to pick this one.
Yeah. Assistant coach is always nervous and sitting next to the big dog, and when things don't go well, it's always a bit sheepish. But when they spill your drink all over your notes, the notes you're probably scribbling, this is the game plan to win the game.
Yep.
And Coke Zero goes all over it.
Probably the reason they lost in the end.
Probably.
Yeah.